Today we're going to work on pelvic stability. We're going to do 45 seconds of foam rolling, stretching, and activation. We're going to be improving our glute strength and core activation, as well as spinal mobility. So grab a lacrosse ball or a baseball and your foam roller, and let's get started. We're going to start by rolling out our TFL. So grab your softball or your lacrosse ball, placing the ball behind your hip bone to the outside. Alright, so 45 seconds, we're going to lay down on our side. You can use your lacrosse ball or your foam roller. Foam roller is good if the pressure is too much, or if you only have a ball, you can put a towel around to reduce the pressure. So you want to relax your body over the ball, and once your body's relaxed, you can do some tensing and relaxing of the muscle, stretching that leg out, and then relaxing it. Make sure you're breathing. And then think about pushing into the ball, into that hip joint. Again, you want to place the ball behind that hip bone to the outside, not on the hip bone. Relax your body over, and you may need to move the ball a bit to find that tight spot. Kind of search and destroy for that tight muscle, and then hold it there. Make sure to breathe. And then once you're comfy, lift that leg and lower that leg for some muscle activation and releasing. If you're noticing that one side is tighter, then you want to spend a little more time on that side. So very quick, what the TFL does for our body is it assists in movement and stabilization of the hip bone and knee, as well as hip abduction. So if your knees are going in or out during a squat, this muscle can help stabilize that along with. Good. Next, we're going to foam roll our adductors. So grab your foam roller and we're going to search and destroy for any tight muscles in your inner thigh. So you can start down by your knee and then work your way up to your groin. Really dig in there. Small little rocks on the foam roller is okay, but we're not rolling. We want to hold those tight spots and release those tight muscles. So find those tight spots and relax your body and your leg. Once you get that tight spot, lift up your leg and release. Lift up your leg and relax. That is if you can tolerate the pain, but if it feels good, then just relax your body and breathe. Good. After 45 seconds, switch sides. Good. Next, we're going to roll out our lat. That's the muscle underneath our armpit and our shoulder. So you're going to move down the side of your back, trying to find that tight spot. And once you do, you're going to rock open or close and keeping your hand stretched out with your palm facing up to really stretch out that lat and get into those tight spots. So if you do have a ball, you can definitely use that with your lats here and really dig into those tight spots. Especially if you felt on the foam roller, one spot particularly was really tight, you can really dig in there with that ball. So again, stretching your arm up, palm up, facing the ceiling, and kind of searching and destroying for those tight muscles. Breathe through it.
Next, grab your foam roller for our active foam roller star stretch. We're gonna lie on our side, parallel to the foam roller. Put your top leg on the foam roller where your knee is, and hinge your hip to 90 degrees. Bottom hand can just relax on the knee that's chilling on the foam roller. The top arm, you'll have your hand at your head. Make sure you get into that comfy position on the side there. So bring that elbow across towards the ground and open up, trying to drop the elbow down to the other side. Only go as far as you can go. Here we're really working on our spinal mobility. Some days you might get a little lower, some days you might feel a little tighter. Really just take it nice and slow. Good, switch sides, 45 seconds on this side. Good, and make sure you're keeping that knee on that roller, bringing that elbow forward and slowly out, each time a little further if you can. You're not pulling on your head, your hand is just hanging out there behind your ear. Next, we're going to get into a high plank downward dog. You're going to push your hips back, feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider, and then push the ground away, step one foot outside of your shoulders, squeezing your glute and stepping back into downward dog. Drive the other foot forward, alternate as you go. If that's a little tough, go down to your knees. This is a tricky move, so if you need, go on a high incline, out, hinging your hips back, driving that foot forward through that glute, hinging hips back, driving that foot forward, chest out. Think about lifting that butt up to the ceiling and then driving that foot forward, activating that glute, pushing through the heel, chest out, and then repeat. Good. Next, we're going to get down onto the floor on our stomach and do slider snow angels. Start with your hands over your head and bring them down to your sides, squeezing your bum and lifting your chest up for 2 seconds and then back down. Try to keep your head in a neutral position, chin slightly tucked to your chest, squeezing your bum and your back, chest out, pinching your shoulder blades together. Performing this exercise, you really want to think about extending out into your mid and upper back, not arching your lower back, learning how to extend through your spine. Next, we're going to get into bird dog, so on all fours, extending your arm out with the opposite leg at the same time. You're going to keep your leg fairly close to the floor. You're not lifting it up all the way. You're going to extend that leg back, drive through the floor, and focus on squeezing that glute at the top. When you extend that back leg out, think about squeezing your butt cheek and getting those glutes activated.